excellent time for that to happen. I don't feel like everyone needs to go get a Brazilian wax to wear the swimsuit. It kind of gathers in the butt a little bit. They're not sheer in the water, but I am liking how you can kind of mix and match the styles. Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. And today we are doing a super highly requested review. It has been a hot minute since I've done a swimwear haul, but today we're reviewing Buffbunny Collection swimwear. This is their first swimwear collection ever, and I'm really excited to try them, share my thoughts with you guys. The launch will be happening this Saturday, May 23rd at 1 p.m. CST, and I will list all of the other times up here, but get your calendars ready. To be honest, I was a little hesitant at first when I heard they were launching swimwear because I was like, oh my gosh, like I don't know about this. But then I realized I love all the quality of their activewear, so why not try some swimwear? It's the summer. My pool is currently closed. May or may not sneak in there to get some photos. They have a bunch of super cute designs. They have a couple two pieces, and then they have a ton of really cute one pieces, which are all super unique, and they just look really nice and sophisticated, so I'm here for it. The line in general is definitely leaning towards like the cheeky swimwear kind of end. So if you're looking for full coverage, there's one full coverage bottom option. I'll go over all that. I have all the pieces except for one of the one pieces. I personally do like the cheeky look because especially when I'm wearing a one piece, if it's really full coverage, I just look like a toddler, and you know, I'm not here for that. People already think I'm 15 like on the daily, and I'm like, I'm also going to be testing these in the water, aka my bathtub, to see kind of how functional everything is, because I know sometimes with swimwear you're like, oh, that looks really cute, then you get in the water and it just doesn't really hold up. So we're gonna see. I feel like I'm a good person to test the swimwear because honestly I kind of have a hard time finding swimwear that really works for me a lot. I do have a larger chest, so I'm always looking for some kind of support because I don't like to, you know, totally be sagging down. And I also have a long torso, so sometimes one pieces don't really work for me because the girl's kind of tall. As many of you know, I do have a code with Buffbunny Collection. It's just my name, Kathryn, and you just entered in at checkout if you want to support me, if I helped you at all making a decision today. Unfortunately, it's not a discount code or anything, but if you do use it, I really appreciate it. You can also be entered in my monthly giveaway if you use it, so just send me a screenshot over DM on Instagram. And although I am affiliated, I always try to give all of my honest opinions to help you figure out what will or won't work for you and to be as helpful as possible. As of when I'm filming this video, I do not have any of the prices of the items, so stay tuned on my Instagram and on their Instagram. I'll share it on my story as well when they release the prices. Usually they release it just like 1 or 2 days before, so you still will know before the launch, but I don't know yet. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So first we have the Chasing Waterfalls set. I have it in black, but I'm also getting it in lavender, so I will show the up close details in the lavender as well, because it's just a little hard to see details in black sometimes, especially on camera. The tops and bottoms come in size extra small to 3XL, so it is a very inclusive size range. I think everything goes up to 3XL. It comes in onyx, which is black, comes in the lavender color, and cayman blue, which is a really pretty turquoise color. And this is the only fabric that is ribbed. Everything else is kind of in a classic swimsuit material, so I'll show you up close if it shows. It's made of a nylon spandex material, but it is that ribbed texture, which I personally love the ribbed texture. All the swimwear has this really cute little metal logo. You know I love some high quality logos. In the black set, I have both the top and bottoms in a size small, but I also have the lavender one in a medium top to see if it offers any more coverage. We'll get into that in a second. For the bottoms, they're definitely pretty minimal, but they have a high cut leg, which is just so flattering. I personally have a longer torso than legs, so I like anything that is going to elongate my legs. So the legs do come up and they are a high cut leg, but it's not a high waisted, so it's not going to cover too much of your front region, but it's also not like so low that you have to like risk losing anything, you know? And the back, it's not thong level, but it definitely is pretty cheeky. There's actually only one full coverage bottom. I think I would have liked to see maybe a more intermediate bottom that isn't like boy short, but is maybe just a little more coverage of a bikini, because I know that cheeky is not what everyone goes for, so we'll get into all the bottoms. So the top is also ribbed. It has a scoop neck, kind of square front line, and it also has a scoop back. The metal logo is on the back here. This top does have removable cut pads. There they are, right in there. So if you do have a fuller bust, this one might be a little tricky for you just because it is designed to have either cleavage or have the option of showing under boob. It definitely doesn't have a whole lot of space for the girls, so if you're looking for a super full coverage top, this is not the top I'd go for. But I'd say for smaller cup sizes, maybe even like D and below, you'd probably be totally fine in this, just because you'll see on me either I have to have a lot of cleavage or I have under boob, which under boob isn't personally a look I like to go for. I just feel like I'm gonna fall out at any moment. But I also have the medium to try on to see if it has more coverage and all that. Alright, so here's the first one. I did fake tan for you all, you're welcome. Also, I do have a little cat scratch here because Pinto was playing in the sheets. Anyways, let's start out with the top because we can see more of that with the current camera angle. So I always have my measurements down below, but I do wear a 32 triple D bra size. And these are like my real boobs, so they don't like support themselves, you know. So it's kind of a rounded squared neckline here, and then it also has a scoop in the back as well as the little logo. I am wearing size small on the top. I do have a medium as well. I'll show that in a clip right after this. And they do have removable cup pads. I do have them in right now. I think I'll probably just keep them in because they're not causing me any issues. As we can see, it's very scooped, especially on me. We can compare that with the medium. I do find that I can fit completely in the swimsuit. I prefer to not have the under boob look. As you can see, I kind of have a little teeny bit poking out just because the actual space of the swimsuit here is not that long. But it wasn't meant to be super long. It was actually meant to be able to show under boob if you wanted to. Because of the ability for it to do the under boob, it doesn't have like a super tight band at the bottom, which may be good for some people. Like maybe it won't like cut into you very much. My girls kind of hold it in place. It might have the possibility of riding up. So yeah, just over time wearing this, I am getting a little under boob, but keep in mind I do have a triple D cup size. The back is really cute though. So now we're gonna try on the medium, see if it has any more coverage. My normal swimsuit size is a small. Usually when I size up to a medium, because I do have a pretty small rib cage, I usually have to go for the small in order for it to not be baggy, even though I have a bigger cup size. Same for the bottoms, I'm always a small. I've tried to size up to mediums before and it just ends up being baggy, so size small is my normal. Okay, so here are the bottoms. As you can see, it does come up high on the hips, so it does kind of give you that elongated leg line. When swimsuits go like that, as you can see, I just don't feel like it's as flattering. It immediately makes my legs look a little bigger. It's just like kind of depends on personal preference, but I do prefer the high leg line. But they're not a high-waisted bottom, it just kind of comes down and up, but I still feel like I'm getting good coverage. I don't feel like everyone needs to go get a Brazilian wax to wear the swimsuit, you know? I find it to be flattering in the front. You can kind of pull it over the love handle region. The back is definitely cheeky, but it's not thong. It's probably my ideal bottom coverage. Just in my personal experience with swimsuits, I used to get the ones that had a ton of coverage and I wouldn't have any butt showing, and it just was never very flattering. It just never looked very good, never gave your butt a lot of shape. So I feel like a bottom like this that kind of curves around the glutes kind of accentuates them, but obviously a cheeky look isn't for everyone. So this is the coverage it gives me, and I feel like the small fits me really well. Small is my classic legging size for Buffbunny. So I hope that helps, but I really like this one. Okay, here's the lavendear one. Yes, I'm filming this on a different day, and no, I don't have makeup on. So the bottoms are in the same size small. I believe they fit the same on me. The small is true to size, it fits very well. The top is a medium, which I got to see if it had any extra coverage. My normal swimsuit in sports bra size is a small, and the medium I'd say is pretty good too. It's actually not super loose in the band. I don't feel like it's huge on me. I don't feel like sizing up to the medium gave me a whole lot of extra space. Not worth it for me to size up, so I still would choose your normal size. So even in my size up, we still do have a lot of cleavage, potentially a little under boob. I personally still prefer just my normal size. All right, so I am in my bathroom and we are about to water test these swimsuits. I was going to maybe fill up the bathtub, but I just haven't used my bath in a while. I don't know how I feel about that. So we're just gonna run the shower, get these nice and wet, see how they hold up, if they get sheer, if they feel weird. That was an experience. Something I didn't realize I'd be getting myself into is like 6 baths today. All right, so here we are. I think this one actually held up really well to the water. I don't feel like the fabric is separating or anything. Definitely didn't become sheer. It is black, so it's hard to see if there's anything like really going on, but I still feel like it looks the same, and it definitely feels like a material that was meant to go in the water, so this one is approved. Okay, here is the lavendear post-water test. I think this one holds up just as well as the black one, so really good for the water. I don't feel like it's sagging down or anything. I don't feel like it's super heavy. No weird bagginess. Next, we have my favorite one piece so far. I haven't really tried on the rest of them, but I love this one. This is the PLEAT the 5th. It comes in onyx, pearl, which I believe is white, and mojito, which is this really cute kind of minty green color. So this does not have any removable cup pads, which honestly, I don't really tend to use them in one pieces anyway because they don't tend to be in the right place ever. So I'm not bothered that they don't have that. It has a pretty deep V in the front. I forgot what these are called, little pinstripe details. They're not pinstripe. And then it has this super cute little like pleated belt detail. It kind of just draws some attention to the waist. The little metal branding is on the back. It's just a simple tank in the back, and as you can see, it's a super high cut leg line, which I love for my one pieces because it makes the legs look really long, but it is pretty cheeky, especially because I'm tall and my torso tends to kind of stretch things out. I'll just explain when I try it on. Okay, here is the PLEAT the 5th. I totally love the color of this one. It'll also be a good color to test in the water because it is a light color, and sometimes light colors plus water equals sheer, and we're trying to avoid that. I think the deep V is so pretty and nice. There's no built-in bra or anything, but because it's pretty snug and it's very stretchy, I feel like I'm actually being held up. So I'm actually pretty supported. I know not everyone's gonna be running around in their swimsuit, but I like to have the option of not, you know, like losing a girl in the water. So I actually feel pretty secure in this. I just kind of adjust them, brought them up a little bit to have a little cleavage, you know. There's a teeny bit of side boob, but really not much. So I wouldn't be worried about losing it. The straps also feel very secure and they don't feel like they're falling down at all. I think they're slightly tapered into the back or something. So there's no cup pads or anything, so you might have some like nippage if it gets cold. I did notice that a little bit when I first put it on. But overall, even with a larger cup size, I think this one's actually decently supportive. I love the little pleated waist detail. I think it just draws some attention to your waist, kind of gives you a little hourglass shape. It's just such a unique design. This is my favorite one if you can't tell. So now to the high cut leg line. As you can see, it literally goes all the way up to my hip. This is actually my hip bone. It goes up a little bit higher even, which the result is legs that look like they're 10 million miles long, even though I don't actually have that long of legs for my height. But the kind of trade-off with this high cut leg line is you can't have something with this high cut of a leg line without having some cheekiness in the back. So as mentioned, I am wearing this in a size small. I am 5'9" though, so I'm tall and I actually have quite a long torso. The thing about one pieces is even when I size up to a medium, all I get is bagginess, so I still have to wear a size small. So I am feeling like it's definitely tight on this region in the bottom. Not uncomfortably so because it is a very soft, stretchy fabric, but because of that, it goes extra high on my legs. It doesn't go this high on everyone's legs, so it kind of depends on your height. And because my torso is so long, it really just kind of pulls this. If you're shorter, this isn't going to pull as much and it probably will be a little more coverage, like kind of like that. But for me, it kind of all just comes right up my butt. And because there actually is a decent amount of fabric, it kind of gathers in the butt a little bit. I wouldn't wear it everywhere because it is definitely super cheeky. I feel like it's even cheekier than the bikini bottoms. But I do appreciate that the back for the most part is actually very close to my body. Sometimes with one pieces, it's not really tapered enough in the waist and it just kind of balloons on your back. And while this one I have a teeny bit of space, it's not directly against my skin. For the most part, it actually is right against me and very flattering. This one also low-key could be worn as a bodysuit. I'm not opposed to it. May or may not try. Okay, let's see how this goes. Oh, my camera battery's dying. What an excellent time for that to happen. All right, so here we are post submerge, and I feel like it's kind of making these different colors because if you like pull a second layer of fabric up, it does that. So it is making that kind of patchiness because it is a double layer, but the double layer is also a benefit because I don't think it's sheer even though it is different colors. So I hope that was helpful. I've actually never done this for a swimwear review. Next, we have a little cover-up piece. This is the Spice Crop Jacket. I have the color Ocean Eyes, which is a really stunning royal blue. I want to say it also comes in red and a bright yellow color and potentially black or white. I don't have the color list on this one, but... So I definitely don't think this is only for swimwear, but I kind of like the idea of a little jacket to throw on top of your swimsuit. Just kind of cover up the arms a little bit, and it's a total mesh. So it's super lightweight and it's not going to add a lot of heat. I live in the desert and it's like 90 degrees, so I don't want a lot of heat. It has a little zipper detail in the front, and then it has a classic little metal tag thing on the side. And yeah, it's just a cropped hoodie, so let's try it on. So I figured now was a good time for the little crop zip up. I'm obsessed with this blue color. It's just such a beautiful, beautiful bright blue. So here it is zipped up. It is pretty cropped. This is about my bra band, so it goes a few inches below that. As we know, since these are very high cut, this is where my hips end, so it is a little bit above my hips. So it does go above my belly button still, so if you wear a pair of high-waisted leggings, these probably won't cover everything. It is super lightweight. It also has a lot of stretch to it. The sleeves are totally full length. They're not like awkwardly short on me or anything. I would definitely throw on like some jean shorts and then like this to the pool, kind of cover up a little bit. I also feel like this is a good post-gym cover up, you know, when you're sweaty and you have to walk out of the gym, but you don't want to walk out in your sports bra because there are like creepy people in the world. That's what I'd use this for. The bottom has a thick elastic band, and then the rest is just a nice stretchy mesh. I'm wearing a small in this. I'm usually a small to medium in jackets. Kind of just depends what you want the fit to be. With the small, I feel like it's snug, but I still feel like I have a little bit of room. So I think going with your normal top size would work. But if you want a little bit more space, I would size up. Next, I have the low tide top, which is one of those little wrap up tops. This one I got in a size medium. I think it is definitely a little more adjustable since you tie it yourself. So the medium will probably just allow me a little more coverage. So at first I wasn't super impressed with this top, but then I saw so many people on Instagram like styling it in different ways, and I realized like you can wear it in so many cute ways. If you've seen any of the tie wrap up tops on Instagram, they're all literally the same bikini top, except people have just been wearing them in a bunch of fun ways. So there are not any removable cup pads in this one because it is supposed to be worn multiple ways. They can't really put the pads like in the back and the front, or else you'll look like you have boobs on your back, which isn't a look I go for. But you can wear it like this in the front, so you have a little square neckline, or you can wear it with a tie in the front. I'm gonna try to show you all the ways that I can tie it. I looked at Tara's video, I put it up right here. She's beautiful, but anyways, she styled it in a bunch of different ways. This comes in black, white, and a pretty coral color. Then I got the high tie bottoms, which come in the same colors as the low tide top. And it's about the same shape as the Chasing Waterfalls bottom, except it is made in more of a classic like swimsuit nylon feeling material. By the way, everything that's not the ribbed material is made of a nylon spandex and kind of looks like this. It's kind of that classic shiny swimsuit material as you'd expect. I got these in a size small, which tends to be my normal swimsuit size. It goes high on the hips and it is pretty cheeky. And just to compare, these are both the bottoms. So as you can see, they both look to be pretty similar in shape. Let's lay them on top of each other. So I have the Chasing Waterfalls bikini on top and the high tide bottoms in the back, and they are the same shape, just a different material. And the low tide top also pairs with these Tropic Like It's Hot bottoms. These are really the only full coverage bottom they have in the collection, and it is like a full boy short. On some of the models on the Instagram page, I found that these looked a little bit baggy, so I personally got the size down. These are an extra small. And because of how they looked, I kind of thought they would be a different material. They actually look and feel the exact same as the other swimsuits, except for the ribbed one, obviously. So maybe the size down will help, we'll see. It also has a little logo on the back, and this one can also go with the wrap tie top. It comes in all the same colors, except it comes in mojito instead of the white color. All right, so here is the low tide top, high tide bottoms. Like I said before, this one does not have any cut pads, so you can wear it any way you want. I'm wearing it with the crisscross in the front. You can either tie this in the front or the back. It doesn't really matter. I just kind of tied it around, and it looks like I accidentally twisted the back, but honestly, that's kind of cute. I meant to have it flat in the back, but I'm here for that too. So I took the two long pieces, kind of twisted them in the front. I do have a size medium in this top, and I think if you're in between, definitely get your bigger size because you can tie it as tight as you want. So you really have a lot of freedom with the sizing in this top. I do feel pretty supported in this, probably a solid medium support. We have good side boob coverage, and I do have a little cleavage, but it just kind of depends on how you're wrapping the top. But I definitely like that I got the size medium because it is probably a little more fabric coverage than the small. So pick your size depending on how much coverage you want it to be. But yeah, I'll show you a couple other ways to wear the top, but I am liking how you can kind of mix and match the styles. Style number two, I did the exact same thing, except I tied it in a little bow in the back, so it just kind of depends where you want the tie. This one is a little more minimal in the front. Style number three, this is the back side, just twisted once and then worn like this. With some adjustments, I can get rid of the under boob. I just kind of tied this one in a little bow in the front, and then the back is a little crisscross, kind of like the front was on the last one. Here's the last way to wear it. This is the back of the swimsuit. And honestly, this is really similar to the first one, except I actually have more coverage. We're not actually having any side boob or spillage. So I actually really like this way. I tied a little bow on the side here. You can wrap it one more time so it's not quite as much fabric. But the back looks like this, and yeah, I'm just getting a full coverage scoop neck. This top is definitely one of my favorites just because I like all the ways you can wear it, and it's actually decently supportive for a swimsuit. I don't feel like I'm gonna lose anything. Here are the bottoms. Definitely a similar shape to the first bottoms, the ribbed ones. I feel like they might have a little more coverage here, and I don't think they go quite as high on the hips. That being said, I feel like you can kind of wear these a little more low rise. The ribbed ones kind of bagged up if you tried to put them more on your hips, but these, I feel like you can move them around a little more. Like it feels more natural to have these right here on my hips than as far up as the ribbed ones. So if you don't like a super high cut leg line, this one might be a little better. And the back is cheeky, but again, it's not like full thong, so I feel like it is pretty decent. And the size small is fitting me really well in these bottoms, so I like this set. Here are the boy short bottoms. They're a solid mid-rise. They go right about to my hips here, not quite to the belly button. And they're basically straight across the front. So they really don't go up with the legs or anything. They're definitely a classic short kind of look. That being said, they're actually not full coverage on the butt. They kind of go across the booty. So they do have a little cheekiness, and you can kind of pull them up a little bit if you want to. But this is a size extra small, and I would totally go for your size down. I don't think that these would have looked as nice in a size small, which is my normal size. In the current size down, they're not baggy or anything, and I feel like they honestly fit perfectly. So definitely size down if you're interested in the boy shorts. This kind of bottom isn't the most flattering on my figure, and it really is the only bottom that isn't cheeky, but that's just on me. I feel like you can see that the higher cut bottoms were definitely more flattering on me. But yeah, these aren't as bad as I expected them to be, but the shape overall is just not my personal fave. All right, and I'm just gonna test these bottoms. I've already gotten in the water and tested them. So I think they've like basically held up. They do look just like the tiniest bit wrinkly. Maybe it's just because there's like more of the fabric. I don't know. I think it looks better than expected, but yeah, I think for the most part this one's held up to the water. So again, it's kind of hard to tell in the black, but hope that was helpful. The amount of creeps that I'm gonna have to block for my channel after this is astronomical. And last but not least, we have the vitamin C one piece. This one comes in Onyx and Baywatch, which is a really nice bright red, which I also will be getting this in, so I'll try both of them on. Like the other one, it does have a deep V in the front, and it does not have removable cup pads, which I don't think are really a norm in one pieces. And instead of just having the tank back, this one has more of a scoop style back. And this one kind of gives you the feel of like having a two piece while wearing a one piece, because it does have a really cute mesh detail. It has these little V cuts in the front, and then it is like a full mesh in the back. It also has the metal logo in the back, and it looks like it's going to be pretty cheeky as well. I haven't tried this one, but it also has the high cut light line. And all their swimsuits have that little like internal protector, by the way, so it is always a good idea to wash your swimwear before using it as well. Here's the vitamin C one piece. And already I'm noticing that this one does fit differently than the Pleat the Fifth, so I'm gonna talk about those differences first. First of all, the V cut is a lot deeper. Like I had to kind of like make sure I wasn't losing anyone here. In terms of cleavage, you're gonna get more cleavage on this one. A little less coverage. We are getting a little more side boob, as you can see, and then definitely more cleavage. It still actually is holding me in, and because it's so tight and stretchy, I do still feel decently supported, but it definitely is not the same coverage. I love the mesh cutout details. I feel like it kind of draws in the waist. And from the back, it honestly kind of looks like a two-piece from the back because you have this mesh piece in here. There's also less coverage in general in the bikini front region. I feel like more of a need to shave / wax this region, if you know what I'm talking about. The Pleat the Fifth had a little more fabric here. This one definitely has less fabric, less coverage, so keep that in mind when you're choosing. The leg line feels just as high on this one though. It still does go to my hip, but for some reason I feel like this one has more coverage in the back and it's actually not pulling up my butt as much. Compared to the Pleat the Fifth, I felt like all the fabric was kind of like gathering here, but this one's actually staying together a little bit more. It still is definitely a cheeky swimsuit. Maybe in the future it'd be nice to have like one more one piece with a little more coverage, but I do feel like this one has more coverage than the Pleat the Fifth. And the straps on this one are staying up as well, and they both feel comfortable. And yeah, so overall I feel like this one is a little less coverage except for the booty region than the Pleat the Fifth, but I still really like this one. Here's vitamin C. It's kind of hard to tell because it's black. I do have the red one, so I'll show you that as well, but I mean, it feels like it's holding up to the water for me. It doesn't feel super heavy after being in the water, so I would say this one is also approved. All right, here is vitamin C in the color Baywatch. Post water test, as you can see, the straps are a little bit lighter because I didn't quite get that far into the water. It's hard. I'm in my bathtub. This one holds up really well. I feel like I didn't quite get enough submerged in the water in the Pleat the Fifth one because I feel like this one I'm not getting the weird two-tone thing because I really soaked the suit. But you can still do like the lift up thing, but I don't know, I feel like these hold up really well. They're not sheer in the water. It didn't like come up my butt or anything. Coverage is pretty good, so yeah, give this a thumbs up. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's been a while since I've reviewed swimwear, and I have my legging reviews like down to a science. Swimwear reviews are a little out of my realm, to be quite honest. So I hope this was helpful. I tried my best. I think my favorite pieces are the Pleat the Fifth one piece, the Chasing Waterfalls bottoms and tops, especially the bottoms, really like those. And my favorite of the bikini tops is definitely this little wrapped one. So I hope this was helpful. Please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe if you're not already. And if you do use my code, please let me know so I can enter you in my giveaway and so I can thank you personally. Leave a comment down below which one's your favorite, if you plan to shop this launch or if you just plan to wait for the next activewear launch of theirs. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!